I've actually had a few people ask me if I could do some more repair videos like I've done for the IR4. So why the hell not? I have to repair one of my lights. This is the ADJ Dotz, that's DOTZ 3.3. It's a 3x3 matrix of like big cob LEDs. You can see them here. This just plugs in. So I don't want to turn it on right now, but really simply, you can see I took the ground strap off. The ground strap is right here. And I did already go through to figure out the problem. The problem is right here. This diode, when the board is on, and the light is on, is purple when it's supposed to be white. So that means one of our RGB diodes is out. So what we're gonna do is, first there are there are 8 screws. So there's 2 on each side. You have to take out, not the thumb screws. Don't care about those, just normal screws. If the little washer comes with you, don't worry about it. Just take it off, it's fine. So take off your ground strap and take out those 8 screws. Then you're going to remove all of the screws that are holding the board down. But before you do that, this little daughter board right here comes out. Now you can crank on it, and you're not going to wreck it per se, but it's really easy just to take anything that you can squeeze with and squeeze these safety clips. So once you get in there and you squeeze it, lift it up a little bit, and it'll go up real nice. If you can get your finger underneath the thing, which I can't seem to do at the moment. There we go. Make sure you're squeezing the right side too. So I got 1 and 2, see? And you've got little connectors on the bottom. Make sure you don't damage them. These are also, they're hard to damage, but just in case, don't damage them. Now we're going to remove all these screws. You're also going to need to remove the connector, not the board itself, just the connector for right here. And you can see there's a little bit of that red stuff. That red stuff is just there to prevent you from accidentally yanking this thing out. So you can see I've already kind of cut it, so it came out really nice, although they didn't put a lot on there, so it really wasn't that much to do. Another one right here. So I'm just going to turn it so I can actually see, and we're going to go this way. So what I do is take your knife and very carefully score through that plasticky, rubbery, goopy stuff. Let's see here. There it goes. See, it put a lot on this one. And that stuff is just annoying. It's not necessary. I don't actually know why they put it on there, but whatever. So, to get that connector off, do not try to desolder these. You don't have to. These stay on, as actually the ground does need to come off because you need to feed that through. Take the ground strap off, disconnected, and that disconnected. You are going to need to cut zip ties, but now we need to go to the back. So flip the unit over, and now you're only going to remove these outside ones. We don't need this right here. Leave that there. And you can see, and there are 2 screws here and here. So 2 on each side, 4 total. Pull up, and we are going to have to remove something. So you see these came through, these 4 right here. So we're going to need to cut, I told you we're going to need to cut a few little ties here. So we're going to cut this one around these things. Now, the next thing you have to do, take a look here, because this is where your actual lugs are. So you've got terminals right there. See these guys? 1, 2, 3, 4. These are just positive and ground. Okay, no special signal, it's just power coming from right here. So what you have to do is remove them, and it's very, very, very simple because they are grouped together. There is a little label underneath these, and you can read that once they are out. I do recommend highly and strongly to mark your leads here, and I'll show you what I mean in a second. So pull these guys all out, because we need them all out. And you're gonna snake it through, and of course it's ADJ, so they get creative with how they route things, and it's no big deal. The bad diode boards, I am going to desolder the diode off. In fact, I have one of them where I did that already. Man, I butchered the hell out of it though, so here is another one I replaced, because I actually had two of them. They had different diodes that were burned out, but it's fine. So you can see right here, I already removed it. Ignore the fact that I've got, you know, solder kicked up. I basically just put solder on it. That center is not to be soldered. I will remove that, but that's just a ground plane, or I think it's just a heatsink actually. I don't think it's a ground plane, but we'll see. I did try heating from the top with my soldering iron. It wasn't the best process, and you will definitely destroy the LED the second you put heat on it. So underneath probably the best thing, but you can see this is clean. So we're gonna do the same thing with this other one. Put this back in the bag. So thankfully I actually have a spare board for each of these busted up ones, or each of these burnt out ones, so I don't have to do the diode swap. I'm just gonna do it for fun. I like this stuff. So okay, we've got the two disconnected here, we've got the two disconnected here. There is a zip tie that's stuck down there. We're gonna have to cut that, but we're golden. So taker, switch, flip. I should have done this the first time, but that's fine. I didn't pull it through. You can see there's one right there. Maybe you can't. I'm not looking at my camera at all. It's just my phone on a mount that I usually use for Zoom meetings. So that's fun. I'll get that in there. This is going to be annoying actually. There she goes. Cool. Use a little snips. I forgot the actual name of the tool, but flush cutter. Use a flush cutter. Much easier. Don't do what I did. Don't be stupid. It would have been a lot easier if I had done it the right way. But like I said, I just realized that I gave my flush cutter away like an idiot. So turn it on its side, and now that, well, I'll let you see this because you can't see what I'm doing. So here we are. Board's disconnected. These, if I wanted to, I could just pull them out. Oh, there's another zip tie here. Missed one. Okay. Now, since the board is disconnected, all that's underneath here right now is some thermal paste, which make sure you have that. You're going to need to put some on. Whatever you have that has a nice flat edge, go ahead and grab that. I have a lot of dumb little tools, so just get underneath it. Ooh, did I forget one? Got those. Oh, that's good. I'm just got to get it off of there. It might be a little finicky considering the fact that it is sealed on there pretty good, but eventually it will release just like that. It's going to be sticky, so FYI, keep it clear from all the other crap you have on your desk, because it will 100% bring crap with it. Once you've got it loose like that, what I typically do is flip it for a second. And now, set this panel aside. Don't worry about these things. These things are not going to pull out. They are very securely on there, not going anywhere. Don't worry about it. Just pull it out. You're going to get some stuff on your fingers, and that's okay, because it's not going to hurt anything. If you are pulling on this. See? Stuff in your hands, not a big deal. Pull it out like that, it's a little easier. And once it's free, then you've got a removed board. Do not clean the thermal paste off of here. It is still fine, it's still good. You do not need to clean it off. Just grab your new board. Wait, no, here it is. Found it. Color doesn't matter, by the way. Like Michael Jackson said, doesn't matter if you're black or white. And nothing special, just squiggly line. Next thing we're gonna do is mark our leads. Remember how I said we're gonna mark them? The way we do this, let me get this out of the way. It's in the way. Okay. So all we're gonna do is look at these and make sure we write which one is positive and which one's negative on each one. Don't use anything fancy, you don't need to engrave them or anything stupid like that. Take the leads right here, look at it and go, oh, okay, this one is tied to V plus and it's red. Don't always go by red, but it's a good indicator here. Just put a plus on it or mark it. I usually only mark the hots or the voltage plus. So we'll take that, put another one on. It's gonna make life a lot easier. Remember how I said we're gonna have this guy here? Just make sure you feed it through. Okay. So this is very simple. Down. Down. You can see where the holes are here too. This is as easy as it gets. So take it, feed it through the holes. Make sure you feed it through the holes. I forgot to do that. So, here's that ground strap. We don't want to lose that guy, okay? So let's make sure we keep that up here. And it's going to come through there. Okay. All right, push that through 1 and 2 as long as you flip it this way. So that I should have taken this clamp off. I didn't do it the first time either. You really don't have to, it's just easier. All right, and I'm not going to flip the unit for you to see it. Just pull the leads through. You'll see them dangling. There's 2, 4. And now that the 4 are through, now you can screw the board on. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Just screw it on real quick, just to get it done. And don't let that one connector fall through like I just did. So you want this little white connector right here that I dropped. If you don't have a hemostat, this is probably the most valuable tool in any repair person's arsenal other than like screwdrivers and soldering irons and things like that. You will use it to hold everything and anything. So, okay, once you got those in, nice and flat, cool, line up your holes. And now, put screws in. I made a mistake. I forgot to put the screws in here. What I forgot to do is take off these 2 screws, which hold these 2 standoffs. Now we'll do it the right way. I got more thermal paste on my fingers today than I wanted to. That's okay. I'm just gonna lift this guy up. Come on. Slide, slide, slippity slide. And just get a finger underneath it so we can kind of pry it. We're going on this side. So all you're doing, leave all your stuff in. Don't take anything out. Just take those tiny screws. Kind of, if you tip this up this way, it's probably the easiest way to do it. We got hole number 1. This is a lot cleaner to do if you do it before you put thermal paste on. This does not need to be super tight, literally just finger tight is fine. And there, 1, just don't forget to do it, or you're gonna have to spend an extra, I don't know, extra, what was that, 3 minutes? 5 minutes maybe doing this. Not a big deal. Okay. Using much smaller hardware. So it's just easier to do this way. So that's plugged in, that's plugged in. This one, we can ground strap it down. Flippy dippy. And let's pull these to the side. Here are our lugs, and here are our wires. Now you can do the fancy braiding or whatever they do at ADJ to fly these things through. There is way more than enough room inside of this to just lay them flat. So you can do whatever you want to do. Very simple. Ground are the first two. So ground, ground, voltage, voltage. So what we're going to do is grab our grounds. This is a ground. And nope, these two are our voltage, so this is a ground as well. Okay, ground and ground. And you can see, no marks, piece of cake. Don't be afraid to bend cables. People are always saying that they're worried about breaking things. These are very well put together wires. You can bend them, and if I'm being perfectly honest, you have to. You're not going to be able to get this in here without it. Also, hemostat comes in handy here. Grab and go. Slide it back. Let's get a little bit of room to work here. Here we go. Alright, we got that one in. Something I didn't mention, don't screw these all the way out. You can, it's not a big deal, but it's not going to be any easier for you. Just loosen them a hair, and then pull out your clips. You will be much happier in life if you don't have to try to fish those things back in. I actually don't like the placement of this for putting these in. It'd been nice if they would just give it a little bit extra room. I understand there's a fan here. So this fan is blowing heat off of the that heat sink that is the thing we applied all the thermal paste to. That's what it's there for. Even though it's also probably blowing some heat from here out, because there are little holes in the side grill here. I don't know if you can see it right here. They do come out. Per my experience, this doesn't run hot at all. We've been running these, I think for 10 years now we've been running this fixture. I'm actually taking it out of the system we've been using it in to use it in a different one. I'm going to build something a little smarter and smaller, because smarter and smaller is the name of the game. Alright, so cool. Once those are done, put these back in. Always just helps to go through and double check your work. Make sure all your stuff is where you're supposed to be. Alright. Everything's plugged in. That's where it should be, with the exception of our little daughter board. So make sure you take that, line up the connectors, easy peasy. Put them on the standoffs, and Bob's your uncle. Take your power for the almighty test. It's always the most fun part. Make sure you put this over the top, because you don't want to go blind. These are very bright. These are like cob LEDs, okay? But you can see, I don't know if you can see actually, but whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good to go. Take this one. I don't remember how it goes. I never do. I think it goes this way. I usually just do it this way because it's the easiest way. So we're just going to take this, lay it here, pull your ground strap off, keep it off the LED. Don't have your thing on the LED. That's not smart. You can, however, lay it right in between the channel. There's going to be a channel there for the lenses anyway. Perfect place to put that. I don't know if that's actually where it goes, but it's where I go. Once it's done, place it on, give it a little wiggles. Make sure you don't crush any LEDs. That'll put a really big damper on your successful little project. Now it's just buttoning up. So, just like that, she's all fixed. Order placed. Can do one more time. Let's see it powering up. I'm upside down, so I will probably flip this video. And there it goes. If we go here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's the 10 repair commandments. That's all she wrote. So, like I said, don't be afraid to fix your own stuff. It's not hard to do. This took an hour, and it only took longer because I was screwing around with video stuff, but also I forgot to to do the standoff. So, yeah. Hope it helped. Ask any questions in the comments if you need. See ya.